Welcome back to the channel, everybody. The Madden 20 Tampa Bay Buccaneers franchise rebuild continues following our Super Bowl victory here in the 2025 season. First of all, big Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody. Hope everyone's getting a chance to relax and have a good time here over the holidays. And we're going to be celebrating a little new year of our own today as we have an off season and prepare for another year of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers franchise. It has been a very fun season and series, and I am not all that surprised that this year we got the job done. By far best regular season, and of course, a dominant postseason run for our Bucs. It was a fun ride though, with so many good games this year, and can't wait to see what's next. We've accomplished the main goal of winning a ring, and now we see, can we stick around for a while? Can we keep this stretch of dominance going? Are we able to get multiple rings? Just spending some experience here on a variety of different packages. I'm not really sure what's going to be useful in the near future, so I just bought some of the retirement influences where we have some veterans. I already have all the training. There's not a whole lot I need, but I can obviously work on some free agency packages here, which I'm not sure are super necessary right now. One thing I'm also adjusting is the XP sliders. I've been doing more testing with this lately, and I'm still running through some tests every now and then just to see if I can fine-tune a few of these positions. But I looked at T-Dog sliders, and I looked at kind of where the league was at, and did some testing, and I wanted to bring down a lot of these amounts just because I don't want to end up with a league with too many high-rated players where like everybody has an 80 overall or above quarterback or anything like that. So here's the XP sliders we're using at the moment. Got a little upgrading to go with here. We have Adonis Askew becoming really an 80 overall. That morale boost is factored into the 82. And 2 years in, now we have our ring. I think we have our running back for the future. And here's the season he's coming off of. He's a lot of fun to watch. 4.2 a carry, 4 touchdowns, no fumbles. Cleaned that up from his rookie season. Also caught the ball pretty well and fits perfectly in our new offense. Fredrick Hughes, does he make it onto the team as a starter yet again? I'm not sure. He's definitely our lowest overall offensive lineman, but as time has gone on, the ratings have gotten to a fairly decent spot. But as it shows, number 34 ranked center, there are 33 ranks higher than him. So there's certainly a chance to do better in our league. The offseason has now arrived. Let's take a look at regression. Ali Marpet has lost 12 total points. OJ Howard has lost 9. Demarcus Lodge sadly losing 6 at age 28. Hudson Lumen even losing 1. Nick Nelson, Will Tate, Javonte Whitaker. A lot of our core is getting older. Wow. Lost a 10 here for Wade after that season. Wow. 10 points. All right. Regression starting early for a lot of players. The impact varies, but that's what we're dealing with this season. Overall, it's pretty tough to not like where this team is at. Was Chris Godwin always an X factor? Sometimes I forget about this stuff. Godwin is an X factor right now. He's also set to be a free agent if we're not able to re-sign him, which I fully intend to do. But I just felt like this was the perfect year for it to all come together, and we're just lucky it did. 14-2, dominant playoff run. Now, can we keep it together? I remember when Seattle was on top of the NFL, it felt like they were going to be there for a long time. And they're still a really good team, but they're a different kind of good team. They don't have the same dominant defense any longer. So, you never want to see the fun end here. Let's go on a 2-decade run like New England and annoy everybody. Yeah, because of Angel Copeland being added to the practice squad, it messed up his whole contract situation, which we can fix right here if we're able to sign him. I'll try to up this and not take it to the open market. 3 years, $9 million. Can we get a deal done? Sure can. All right. Copeland going nowhere. However, Chris Godwin, that's a pretty important situation to take care of. And obviously, I would like to keep him here for a very long time. He was so good this year. He is absolutely a #1 receiver. And even without Mike Evans, he stands out, makes a huge difference. Let's try to sign him now. And we do sign a 4-year deal with the veteran receiver. But now that he is getting older, it is important that we have other receivers getting development. Maybe we can rely on somebody like Dwayne McClain, who might just need a chance. He has a few good ratings here. I'd love to keep him around for a couple seasons and see if he can eventually have a Demarcus Lodge-like ascent. He signs. Thurman Hatcher has been really solid depth, I believe, and we are able to get a deal done with him. He's only 26 years old, so always nice to keep around younger players that can still get better, even while they're backups. There has not been a better kicker in this series than Jason Myers. We offer the 1-year contract, and it's not enough. I really never saw Julian Culver becoming a career backup, but that's where he's at right now in his career, and he will continue to be a Tampa Bay Buc. We will let Nick Nelson go, Larry Jacobs. McDonald is 28 years old, so I'm definitely not wanting a 3-year deal, but I'd love to bring him back later on. Backup linemen are always very important to me, so we also signed Dallas Bowen. William Lindsley's contract is up, and he is asking for $7 million a season, and backup quarterbacks, you know, often get paid in this type of way. So I've got to decide, you know, do we make an offer like that? I'm probably going to bring it down, partially because I don't think the market would be all that high if he hit the open market. But I still want to make a somewhat reasonable offer here, around $4.5 million a season, and we'll have to work on this one later on, and we certainly will. This is a really reasonable deal for Fredrick Hughes. I wouldn't be surprised if he rejects this, and he signs it. 2 years. Okay, I brought it up just enough. I'm not sure if he'll be the starter, but he's still going to be on the team. We are not going to bring back Javonte Whitaker. I think now his market's going to be way too strong, so we're going to find another off-ball linebacker in this offseason, but I am very interested in the deal he gets. Signing veteran offensive linemen is always what I seem to do in these series, and I'm not trying to change that approach now. Ali Marpet signs another year deal, and he still has never been on another team. We should still have a little cap space for the open market as we sign Allen Redmond, and the last decisions here are on Garrison, Wade, and Demarcus Lodge. I don't really feel like I want to do a 3-year deal for Lodge. Wade, with the regression, I think he's solid depth, but I'm thinking more of a 1-year contract, really for both of these receivers. The issue here is I do see there potentially being a market. So in the case of Lodge, with this not being a huge contract, I'm okay with the 3-year offer, and he will sign it. I just didn't want to take the chance there. I don't want to lose him after what we've seen from him over the years in this series. And here's the, progression. Did he not play in 2020 or 2019 in this series at all? I guess all the development has been recently, but especially last year having to be a starter, he showed he could do it. Franchise tag on Jason Myers, that's going to be an easy decision. And here are all the players we are moving on from for now. What are our needs? Maybe center. We can consider it. We do not have to. I do think a third receiver is something we should be pretty focused on, with Lodge getting older, Godwin getting older. Who's going to be a starter 4 years from now? Anybody on this roster? Not sure about that. How about on defense? We have a solid safety tandem. Do we try to upgrade over Hudson Lumen? He's a playmaker, so that would be a risk, losing some of the big playability that he's brought to the team. Otherwise, pretty stacked. Let's go find an off-ball linebacker. Here we go. Travis Kelce hits the open market with Dante Pettis, Devontae Adams, Byron Jones. Some really good players out here, including a Super Bowl champion in Lawrence Hitchens. What are the Chargers doing at quarterback? Dan Perry with his superstar Dev has a bid. And as we scroll down, Lindsley right here. I'm interested in a 3-year deal. 50 points. It might work. I've had some really good luck in like that undrafted quarterback series with low bids. We'll just have to see. Darius Geis hits the open market. Does that mean Ollie Sparks is a starter at last? I saw there was a 26-year-old center available, but he has a couple ratings that concern me too much, that run block power. I just feel that while Fredrick Hughes isn't a high-level center, he's at least well-rounded at this stage of his career. If Javonte Whitaker wants to come back, I am open to that. However, I'm not putting out a very competitive offer. We'll just see if anything develops for him on the open market. That felt like a lot of offers. There's got to be at least one new Buccaneer on the team. What do we got? McDonald has returned. Why can't I scroll down? There's nothing there? Really? I put out a lot of offers, and I guess nobody rejected them. Okay, there's the market for Whitaker. It was fun having you here for a few years. Looks like Baltimore is next. Garrison Wade, William Lindsley, still considering if they want to sign or not. And league signings, Travis Kelce going to Atlanta. A little late season finish there, a la Tony Gonzalez. Dante Pettis to the Vikings, that's a big time deal. Byron Jones to Chicago, Stanley Cohen. Don't have to play against any of these players. They're all in other divisions. Oh, I guess Kelce. Kelce in Atlanta, that's the one. What else? Anything cool? Bradley Chubb, Phillip Blackburn. Where did the quarterback Hitchens go? Seattle. Okay. Stage 3, and we have nobody accepting a contract. We do have a 5th-year option to consider, though. I have no clue who it would be right now. And it's Michael Beekman. Okay. I don't think you even have to ask. The option is picked up. I wonder how much of a boost that'll be to his salary, but obviously I wanted to keep him on the team. That's not the only one, Sylvester Clark. And yes, we want to pick up his option as well. And I wonder at what point do the contracts start making it tougher to keep everybody on the team. 6.6 combine grade here at tight end. I mean, early first round talent. Okay. I like to wait now to scout tight ends because I feel that they're so combine skill dependent. Like, what I mean by that is speed. You got to have some speed here. And it's just very rare to find difference makers at the position, but they're out there. To the next stage. Rejected by Wade, accepted by William Lindsley. So where's Garrison Wade going? Here is our cap situation, by the way. We still have a fair amount of cap space at the moment. That's about $30 million in space. And if we take a look at, let's go 2027 hits. What's the future look like here? Well, Michael Beekman's going to have a $13.7 million cap number. Sylvester Clark's goes up. Can't believe Devin White's only at 9.58. Must have had him on a very nice deal for much of his series. Here are situations we have to think about going forward. Let's just go by overall, see if there's anybody. Jerome Page, yep, that's going to be a big one. Max Heenan, he doesn't have the 5th-year option. He wasn't the first-round pick. Sean Murphy-Bunting. So we'll have some decisions to make and some positions to plan for. I'm really interested in the deal that Garrison Wade got, and it looks like he's headed to Seattle. He got the 2 years, $8 million. Okay, not a bad little deal for him. Lakeem McBean to the Lions. There were some interesting receivers I was considering, but I like this receiver class. Why don't we start the 2026 NFL Draft and get a plan together? We don't pick for a while after winning the Super Bowl, so what are we gonna do? 1, 2, 3, 3 4s, 5, 6, 7. Sounds good to me. Jalen Slate's back. Okay, so I forget if I addressed this or not. Make a lot of content, forget a lot of stuff, but Slate disappeared from the class at a point. Don't know why. Maybe there was a story. If there was, I missed it. And he's back now. And we see that his top 3 is special, but he is no Kashim Verdon from the Cardinals series. Certainly, the athleticism is not upper tier. The speed is going to be adequate. I think he'll be fine. He's 21, very talented, but I don't think he's going to be game-changing. Well, maybe he can be a game-changer, but he's probably not the next Julio Jones. But he is a late first-round talent. I think it said early before. I can't remember. But he might be under consideration then for our team. Let's go through what I say are the top needs then. At wide receiver, I'd love to get a difference maker, and the class is strong at the top. And there are a couple later options that aren't bad. Clayton Reed, physical archetype. Looks like we have good spec catch, release, catching traffic. Okay. Definitely interested in Jalen Slate. Jacoby Boss, though, had a good combine, early round 1 talent. Probably not going to have a chance to take him. There's also Floyd Ginn from Clemson. He's a deep threat who ran for 5.8. So, probably pretty good. More of a slot receiver, possession receiver, I'd say, than a downfield option. Wayne Robinson for 5. 21 years old. So, it's a solid receiver class here, I'd say. But Jalen Slate's likely my target. I think he has enough speed. Wish the agility and stuff was a little bit better, but overall, I don't think it matters a ton. We've talked about off-ball linebacker needs, and it looks like Antoine Mcduffie would be an early round option. 4.51 at linebacker. We could add even more speed at the position. At inside, we have a couple options. Run stopper William Dixon. Really good combine numbers for him. Wow. Really interested in his ratings. There's also Dre Addison if we have to go later, which I'm not totally against. And then speed rushers here. So I didn't have much luck finding off-ball linebackers. At corner, I do wonder if we have to attack this early and maybe prepare for not having Sean Murphy Bunting, expecting maybe he can go to a different team because we just have other big contracts to take care of. Do like Gilbert Bass. The combine was great. The awareness, the man, the zone, like there's nothing wrong with his skill set. I can also consider offensive line and think about who's the guard after Ali Marpet. He's not going to play here forever. It's a nice guard class. I think a day 2 selection is very possible. And we could even go later. Damon Orton, first round talent. The strength might be a little bit lower for him. Tyrone Bradley, definitely a better option. Alright, let's do some simming now as a 69 overall tackle goes number 1, Brian Pauly out of Texas A&M, followed by Antoine Mcduffie going to Chicago. Hassan Wiley, 78 overall safety to Miami. Then the top tight end to New England, Ricky Schulz. Floyd Ginn is the first receiver off the board going to the LA Rams. William Dixon to the Raiders. Denver, wide receiver Jacoby Bost. The receivers are going a bit earlier than I had expected. Now we're seeing some lower rated players off the board. Might not be an overall great class, just a few standout players like Jack Hartley. Omari Wilkinson, the #1 corner to Baltimore. Halfway to our spot as the second tight end is taken, Quentin Butler. And then Travis Flanagan to the Vikings, Gilbert Bass. Now it's pretty tough to address corner early in this class as we have a quarterback. Nash Chatham to the 49ers, a 75 overall, not bad. Kendall Bailey to the Bengals, that's a good pick. Jalen Slate goes to the Lions at 23 overall. So the receivers overall went a lot earlier than I expected, so I think I have more limited options now. There is still a first-round talent at receiver I could take, Wayne Robinson. Really solid ratings here. Really can't go wrong with him. Might even be there for our first-round pick. The other spot that seems interesting right now would probably be at linebacker, just because I could maximize the value with that spot. And I'd be able, or maybe the linebacker I was thinking of went. That's probably what happened. Okay, never mind. One player I did forget about for a moment was Denzel Denard, being that he was hurt and didn't show up here. I still think that we can count on him for a lot of things going forward. Wouldn't be a bad idea to add another receiver, but I probably don't have to do it super early. It's taken me a little while, but I think I finally know what I want to do with this first round pick. I think I have a plan now. Not going to make a deal here with the Jaguars. We sim, they go defensive line. That's good. 2 4s, and we still can't get the deal done right now. Okay, I'm trying to play it safe because I have one player in this draft that I can take to fill this need. And it is not Wayne Robinson. Okay, he is off the board. Now it's New Orleans, so we sim their pick, their division rival. They go corner. I think we can make it past these next 2 picks. I have a feeling the Panthers are going to go quarterback. The Browns go Terrell Morton. And the Panthers, Connor Irwin, center. We do not know who their starting quarterback is going to be yet, but Cam Newton is not on the roster. It is so difficult to move up sometimes. I just want to move up 3 spots. The position I'm targeting is in their top 5. There we go. I had to give up the early 4 and a late 4, but we move up 3 spots. We can afford to overpay in trades to get the players that we want. What I'm doing here is going safety. I have a plan. There were some strong safeties that I liked in this class, and I think that Malik Cruz is pretty interesting, but we're going to be selecting free safety Malik Lenin. He's going to be our pick at 6'4", 200 pounds. He's only 21 years old. And I guess his projection is later, but his talent is so early, I was worried where his draft spot is. And, well, it's going to be right here. Lenin is a 77 overall, hidden development, #3 ranked player in this class. Now, what's the plan with Malik Lenin? Either him or Hudson Lumen will be that third linebacker. That's how we're going to fix that need, at least for the time being. They both have good speed. They're both good run defenders. I'm not sure who's playing the linebacker role yet, but they're both going to play. Yeah, I mean, when the projection is late 2, the talent's early 1, I split the difference there, basically. You think late 1, early 2 is somewhere between those two, the average? I couldn't take the chance because he was early round 1 talent. There aren't any more early round 1 safeties out there. So of course, I make the move. Very interested though where he had gone if we didn't make the trade, but I don't mind giving up the picks to make it. So we're in the second round now. And I'm not too worried about trading up right now because a lot of the players I want are later projected. So we're just kind of seeing how the board falls is all, and there's really nothing interesting happening. The Panthers still have not taken their quarterback. I'm guessing round 3 is when they will. And we're close to our spot right here at 32nd overall, the second round. There are a few different things I could consider here late too, but what I'm going to do is address edge rusher. Robert Cush has been pretty inconsistent, and I'd like to add another good young player to the team in Zach Lambert from Southern Illinois. Good finesse moves, nice block shed as well. Probably just a solid player, maybe not a top 10 caliber player, but I just want someone solid who could become a starter, and I think Lambert's that player. 85 speed, 79 finesse, nice acceleration. Not a bad all-around player. Quarterback Elijah Welch is going to Pittsburgh, so where does that leave the Carolina Panthers? I considered Clayton Reed. I just felt with Steven Stevens and some of the other depth receivers, we have enough to figure out at that position right now. Quarterbacks are going. We just had back-to-back go off the board, and the Panthers are going to be like the 6th team to select a quarterback if they take one at all. So I don't know what they're going to do, but they're still probably going to be a team that gives us way too much problems. The dilemma now is that I want Tyrone Bradley, late 4 projected, top guard available. So in that situation, do we consider trading up now? We're only about 10 spots away. Well, we traded our 6th and 7th round picks to play it safe here, which is what I want to do. I don't want 10 rookies. I want 5 really solid ones who could have a nice future. Don't skip my pick here. What would the simmed pick have been there if I messed that up? Would have been Tyrone Bradley, top of my draft board, which is the selection we are making here. This is to help us move on from Ali Marpet, maybe a season from now. Bradley, 75 overall, hidden development offensive lineman. It is hard to find linemen with that higher dev, and now we have 2 on the roster that we've drafted, Joe Coakley being the other. I think Marpet's development is higher, but he was obviously on the team when the series began. With that then, I don't feel there's anything else I have to do in this draft. I would have liked to take a corner, but again, like, we have Antonio Tandy, Will Tate, like, we don't have room for just okay players at all these positions. You gotta be better than who we have. Joe Henson to the Bears, a first-round talent running back. I didn't take him. Wow, a 73 overall tight end just went to the Giants. I need to know about Quincy Crisp, because I don't think I even scouted him. I missed out. Adding tight end was something I had interest in. Panthers, no clue what their plan is at quarterback. Not many players left on the board. What do I want to do? I think we're going to go Dre Addison here. He's a late 7th projected player, but he's got late 5 talent. He's only 21 years old. He's strong, and his 40 wasn't too bad. He's the pick at 61 overall. It is a slight reach, and he has 61 block shed, 62 zone coverage, but I'd like to have him as depth now. I'm pretty sure we're close to 10 quarterbacks taken in this class, which feels like a lot. I don't believe one's been taken by Carolina. Maybe this is the spot right here. Nope. I haven't done much for the offense in this offseason, and I'm not going to change that right now. We're going to select Laquan Dotson with our final pick in the draft. He's a 5th round talent at corner. Might make it as the team as the number 5 or 6 player there. It's a good pick here. I know he had F's in his top 3, but wow, 52 zone, 53 press, 40 tackle. His overall is still high enough because he's a good athlete, and the man coverage is just doing it all essentially. Wow. It wasn't the most exciting offseason, but we are going to go through preseason today as well, and we'll just get right on to the regular season next episode. It was kind of, future planning off season. Like, no immediate pressing needs besides off-ball linebacker. Let's try to just help out our future a bit, and I think I accomplished what I wanted to do. So that's pretty cool. But what else happened in our league? I saw a tight end go to the Giants, and I'm like, wait a minute. I was trying to figure that position out. Quincy Crisp, hidden dev, 73 overall, as a blocking tight end. This will happen from time to time. 69 speed, 58 catching. That's why I didn't scout him. I'm looking for speed and, good hands and everything else. But with development, who knows? Like, with tight end development, they get so many ratings, it's gonna get better. But how much? The Panthers selected 2 cornerbacks, but no quarterback, and none of their overalls were all that impressive. Tight end Ricky Schulz went number 4 to New England. He's a hidden development tight end from Ohio State. Good speed, gotta work on the hands a bit. There's some potential here. Was it a mistake to not trade up for Jalen Slate? He has hidden development. Not too surprised at that. 89 speed. Routes are pretty even across the board. He's a solid receiver. Got some upside, but definitely not like a day one, immediate number 1, high impact receiver. That'll take some time. What about Wayne Robinson? His overall was higher, and he also has hidden development. Speed's 89, better deep route runner, better day 1 receiver than Slate. How good were the quarterbacks in this class, though? We have Elijah Welch to the Steelers, 74 overall, hidden dev, 24 years old. Looks like he'll be pretty solid. Those ratings are all pretty good. And then there's Patrick Foley, who went to the Broncos, only normal dev for him. Really good medium accuracy to start. Nothing else that stands out. Nash Chatham to the 49ers, 75 overall. I see elite short accuracy. Wow. Ratings very similar to Josh Rosen's. The Raiders took a quarterback late, Raphael Bacon, and I like where his accuracies are at on day 1. Not bad at all. Wide receiver Jacoby Bost, hidden development. So it was a nice draft to add a receiver if you really had to. Gilbert Bass had hidden dev at corner. I thought about maybe attacking cornerback early in this draft, but we didn't, obviously. I wanted to go a different route. Joe Henson, 72 overall, normal development. I did have him scouted, but overall running back is not a huge need for us. Signing some interesting undrafted players now. Dakota Randall is a cornerback who will be joining the team. I like the speed and man cover combination. He might be a good practice squad addition. From North Dakota, we're going to sign Carlos Terry. I like the short route running along with the medium with some solid speed there. He'll definitely be signed. Devon White from Boise State. He is a power rusher with decent strength as well. And for a little off-ball linebacker depth, how about the addition of Johnny Leslie from UTEP? Really good speed here on day 1 with 75 tackle, plus the 67 and 65 coverage ratings, aren't bad to work with either. So he might actually make it to the active roster. We'll have to see how it all handles itself in the preseason. Here are the preseason numbers, and what I notice is that William Lindsley didn't have a great preseason. He only completed about half his passes, a low yard per attempt on those, and no touchdowns. It's his first lackluster preseason that I can remember. On the ground, Angel Copeland really couldn't get things going. Askew, not a ton there. The offense seems to have been pretty disappointing outside of Demarcus Lodge. Defensively, Malik Lenin led the team in tackles. He is a 76 overall left outside linebacker. That's the role he's playing. I have him listed at inside linebacker because I'd just rather get the field general archetype for him. For sacks, Merritt had 4, Cush 3.5. We'll see what kind of year this turns into for the defense. And I'm hoping for bigger things from Robert Cush. What did he do a season ago? He had just 5 sacks. Hopefully we can have a more impactful campaign. With that, we're going to be on to the 2026 season next episode. Looks like we lost Michael Martin. I tried putting him on the practice squad, and he's been signed by the Steelers. Here are the moves I made, by the way, to get to the roster. There's the transaction screen. Nothing too out of the ordinary, just ended up putting a lot of the young players on the practice squad that I had signed, and maybe a couple late picks as well. But overall, I feel pretty good about this team. I like the positions I addressed in the offseason. And next episode, we begin to speed up the pace a little bit. We're probably not going to watch week 1. I'm thinking I'll simulate the first couple games, just see how things begin to unfold, and then start watching games. I like to watch week 1 every year when we're kind of in that mode where we're trying to get to a Super Bowl, or it's been a while, or we're not sure about the team. But we do get a chance to upgrade Malik Lenin right away, and we'll go field general. Not sure if he'll stay at linebacker permanently, what the plan's going to be there, but I want to play both him and Hudson Lumen, at least for the time being. Overall, very little has changed here for the offense. Denzel Denard has fully recovered from his injury, and we'll get things going next episode. On defense, basically it's just the addition of Lenin. We'll have to see what challenges arise here this season. I know there will be some challenges at some point. The last thing I want to see is who is the Panther quarterback. We play them week 2, and I didn't see them draft anybody. I think they're starting a 72 overall quarterback, and that's the case. Logan Nichols, the veteran from Auburn. He is fairly accurate on the medium and short stuff, 84 speed. Okay, this is the route they're going then, with Cam Newton no longer the starter. I'm not sure where Cam is anymore. But here are all the quarterbacks in our league, as Jacoby Brissett is still starting for the Saints. Lawrence Hitchens now starting over Russell Wilson. That's interesting. Josh Rosen to the Steelers. 3 quarterbacks here, all at least 70. And Cam is now a 68 overall backup. Wow. Brendan Frey has developed nicely. Tyrus Sparks is your number 3 in the league. Alright everybody, that is it for this episode. Hope you had a good time. The new season will begin next episode. We're gonna watch a game. Don't know which one, but we'll find one. And we'll see if the Buccaneers can defend their title. Thanks for watching everybody. Please smash that like button. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you all next time. Have a great day everybody.